Giving me a minute here. Let's see. Yep, I'm live. We're live. My daughter Allie wanted to jump in there. I'm not sure if you guys could hear her with my earbuds in, but she said "Como ça va?" She wants to show you guys that she learned some French. Uh, as well. We're here at Wolf Lodge, rocking the zip line. Let's show them the zip line here. See if they can see it. Woohoo! They must have put it in. It's kind of new. This is my oldest daughter, Adelie. I apologize for my hair here. Let's see. I'm getting waiting for people. See if anyone joins. I know I haven't done social media or live a lot, so that's probably why the viewers are down a little bit. Is anyone watching it? I imagine it'll get down. It doesn't look like. Let me see. I'm looking at this error right here with Instagram right now. Just give me a second. I'm having trouble streaming to Instagram. If you ended it on Instagram, if not, then just try to create a new Instagram stream. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have time to do a new Instagram stream, so my daughter is just, this is live in front of a bunch of people, millions of people. Just kidding, we got 0 viewers right now, but it's gonna go up because they're excited to learn about lighting design and how it can benefit their lives here and hear about our promos and sales that we got. I think I did, but if I didn't apologize, I apologize for my hair because it's a mess. We're out camping. I'm gonna try to record this. That was my oldest daughter Ellie. I got Ellie up there with some other kids. Indy's up there. Looks like Ellie's next, so we're gonna see her go do the zip line. She's coming right now. Woohoo. Good job! Woohoo! There she goes. Good job, Ellie. That's awesome. Yeah, oh, I thank you. Ellie just said my dad is my life. She Ellie is my life. I never knew I could love anyone or anything so much. Oh, my life. Oh, I love that too. I didn't know I could love anyone or anything so much before I had Natalie. Man, I'm blessed. Why don't you run out there and do the zip line, bro? Okay. All right. So, see, we gave it a couple minutes. Looks like I think the viewers are at where it's going to be. That's okay. It's just practice here. And I wanted to do it here at 6:30 tonight, PST, because that's when the sun sets. Unfortunately, the sun's not really out, but you can kind of see it's went down behind the mountain back there. And just talk about so you guys can learn a little bit too. I don't know if any of you follow Andrew Huberman. He does has his podcast, but he's a professor at I think Yale or Harvard, one of those schools, and he does a podcast that's not tied to his teachings, but he's a neurobiologist and ophthalmologist, and he talks about a lot about light and how it can help your body out. And our approach to lighting design is very much the same way, whether a customer wants to talk about it or not, whether they want tunable light or not. I'll get into that in a minute. If they just want static light, it's just a straight CCT. We design with the body in mind because there's people in that space. That's not just about making the architecture look good. It's about leveraging the light to align with your internal biology. And you're going to sleep better. You're going to feel better. You're going to perform better. And instead of just having a quick layout, having an actual professional do it correctly. So I like to think of if I'm going to get knee surgery and my general doctor tells me this, I don't have the general doctor perform the surgery. I hire a professional surgeon who's very specializing in those knees to do it because you want someone to do it right. That's the way lighting design is. You don't architect could do a generic layout and uh, electrician could do a generic layout, but having a professional lighting engineer who knows what they're doing and has studied for this and have years and years underneath this belt helps it out. I want to show you guys this real quick. This is Wolf Lodge, Wolf Lodge Creek. When you camp here, you can book your kayaks and or rent their kayaks, or you can bring your own and just offload in the creek and kayak down and fish and then kayak back up. It's pretty fun. We did it last time. Um, but so there's a lot of benefit to hiring a professional who knows what they're doing because you're building a dream home and you live in this space. And this is not just for people with the 10,000 square foot homes that we do. So we've worked on Pegadon's residence. We did his vehicle showroom. We just finished up a 16,000 square foot design in house in Arizona and a 10,000 square foot room here in Grangeville. Yeah, it's not just about those big ones. We can design even and help bring value to those spaces that are, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, anywhere between there, by layering in the light, eliminating glare, creating light that's adjustable and aimable, and having controls. This is my third daughter, Indy. She's showing us her grass. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Yeah, she sees it. That's pretty funny. Yeah. I love her so much too. But so if you think about it, the last 300,000 years, we've evolved as a human species to the rising and setting of the sun. And that's what sets our circadian rhythm, our internal clock of telling us when it's time to be awake, when it's time to go to sleep. And that's by signals of light from outside. And it's only pretty recently that we started doing 90% of our things indoors. So our indoors should be a very well illuminated and at the right time when it needs to be, dark at the right time, or just low levels of light to allow our body to get sleep and feel good or prepare itself for sleep, excuse me, and start feeling calm and relaxed. And then when it's time to sleep, we want all those lights off. So that's why controls is another good layer that we want in there too, to have it do this automatically for us, or you can have manual override as well too. But and then you're saving energy as well. So there's a lot to lighting that I think people don't know because the electric light bulb was only invented 150 years ago. The technology has rapidly advanced, and it's so hard to know what to do, know what product is good, know what you should do. I gotta show you this. My girls just did a double zip line here. Let's see. You girls okay? Oh my goodness. Ellie fell on poop. Let's bring that back to you. Yeah, nice. Let's see here. No, it does not. Because you can't hear. She's telling me that she just fell on poop. I'm just gonna leave it be parent of the year here because it'll be okay. She'll she'll figure it out. Keep doing the zip line. In case you're wondering, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not sponsored by this. This is Odyssey uh, mushroom, not that kind of mushroom, but lion's mane cordyceps helps out with cognition and mood. That's pretty cool. I like it. But so if you think about that from designing your our internal biology and how we interact within this world, 50% of our brain space is dedicated to vision. The way we interact with our vision is through photons. So, and that's light. So if you can get the lighting right, the layer in the light, highlight the vertical spaces, highlight the beams, create intentional contrast, have adjustability so you can have bright overhead lights on, not bright and glary, but ones where the glare is being shielded by a light shield or has a light source tucked up in so you can't see it, but it's putting enough light out into the space that you can see for cleaning when you want to clean, and then when you want to turn that layer off or dim it down, you have the right technology that can do that. Now, a lot of this stuff is available at the box stores. Um, So you can do it relatively, you can spend a bunch more money if you want to, or you can do it something at least better than what most people get very affordably if that's what you want to do. But by hiring a designer to do it right and have it designed right, because we're not tied to any brand, and we know how to pick and specify the best product for the best performance and what's best for the space the client is using. Because I've worked in the field, I've done install. I know how hard it is to install too. A lot of designers have some very creative ideas that aren't realistic, and a lot of when we put together, we design it so it's realistic, so it can be done, and make sure that it's not going to be just as easy as putting in canvas lights. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's going to be a little bit harder. But it's definitely doable because uh, we think about that stuff and make that process to work together as a team, with the client being our overall end goal to make sure that they're happy and they're feeling good. Just going to post a little comment here, check in, see if I can read this. I'm not going to talk and try to type. I can't do that. Let's see if there are any questions. Feel free to ask. So yeah, that's good. Feel free if you hop on here and maybe have some, you're working on a project and you have some questions and you want to know what you can do to enhance that space with light, let us know. I would love to help you out and give you some quick advice. Um, let's see here. The other thing I wanted to go over to is I talked about the lighting, the daylight. So obviously, daylight is the best thing for us because just in comparative, when the sun is up in the middle part of the day, it's actually, if you took a foot candle meter out here, it would say 100,000 lux. That's really bright, and that's we actually need that light. You go inside to a well lit office space that's got 30, 40, maybe 50 foot candles. Um, that lux ratio is times 10. So like it'd be like 300, 400, 500. That's nothing compared to 100,000 lux. So what does that mean? That means if anyone's saying that lighting can replace daylight, that's not accurate, or maybe you're just not getting the full story. Because daylight is obviously the best thing for your body, but you gotta be indoors and you gotta work on laptops because you can't see screens outside very well, just because light is relative and it's going to wash out that screen. So the solution is think of light like a supplement or like food. If you're just eating processed food all the time, you're gonna feel like shit, you know. And then with lighting, if you get something that's, it's a lot more of an art and science. It's a lot. I'm trying to sum it up in a way that makes it understandable and digestible, but no pun intended with the food. But uh, just mentally digestible here is there's a lot to it. But if you get someone that designs space so they eliminate the glare, eliminate cave effects by highlighting the ceiling. Maybe it's a cove, maybe it's a graze light across, maybe it's bounce light. Uh, Maybe there's some vertical wall sconces highlighting the, because we interact in this 3D world vertically. That's the way humans do, not just horizontally. So it's not all about horizontal foot candles, even though that's important as well too. But we usually want to get light throughout the whole space and create intentional contrast. Because if you highlight everything, you highlight nothing. So if you highlight the art on the walls, then you're, and that's standing out more. That's a layer that stands out really good. Um, and then you have a layer for wayfinding, step lights at night, guide lights at night. You have a task and decorative light that doubles uh, for two different layers, and that's your bedside table lamp or a wall sconce that's on the bedside as well, too. Lots of stuff like that. Some master bedrooms could have 8 layers, 10 layers, while the living room has 10 or 12 layers, and kitchen on these big 10,000 square foot homes. But maybe you don't want that. You got a 3,000, 4,000 square foot home. You only have 3 layers in that space in that master bedroom. There's that at least. No, it doesn't look like it, but it'll be recorded so people will see it. And the more I do it, more people will see it too. But this is my oldest Adelie again. But so even those spaces, we could do 3 or 4 layers, even in your master bedroom, and then have some ambient light in your hallway with wayfinding light. Not necessarily 3 layers, but do 2 of them. Kind of more simplify it and find a more affordable product, and not necessarily doing a tunable light, but having lights where we eliminate the glare and they make your space feel better and brighter too, while without creating headaches, which would be nice. And having dimmable and controlled would be very, very helpful. So I'm gonna start walking over here to check on Indy, my middle daughter. But I hope you guys find that helpful. And just so you know, I wanted to keep pushing this here because we're doing a sale for fall, and it ends in fall. It's 30% off, and all design services. We have 3 options, so you can call to reach out to see what those 3 options are, or you can email me, tkessner@tkliondesign.com, or call me 208-215-1003. And also, we're running another promo that's 30% off if you're a new customer. And I've had several people ask me if they're a new customer and it's the fall, if they can get 60% off. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I can't do 60% off because that would not be good. We would be not making anything. As with sale, we don't really make a whole lot, anyways, just because of the design labor involved in these. So, however, I've given it some thought and ran some numbers. What I am willing to do is the average of the price discount that they want, that they've asked for, and the 2 other discounts. So 30, 30, and 60. So that'd be 60 plus 30 is 90, plus another 30 is 120, divided by 3, because there's 3 of them, so it'd be 40. So if you're a new customer and it's fall promo, you can get 40% off. So if you have a project that you've been waiting on, or that you want some nice lighting done, now's the time, because already before our discounts, we're a third of the price of other lighting designers in Boise, Seattle, California. And we do 3 times the work of what they do. They usually just do photometrics, maybe some mood boards with pictures on Pinterest. We take the client's 3D model from their architect. If they don't have them all, we go out there and scan it with Polycam on our iPad, and we bring this into Unreal Engine, and we create a 3D model, and with the lighting to show the client what their house could look like, what their commercial space could look like with beautiful lighting design, with the layers of light. And then no one else does that that I know of as far as lighting designers. I've never even heard of it. And then we do photometrics as well. That's something lighting designers do, but that's a lot of work, and that's numbers. We don't really show that to you, but that's us making sure that it's looking good, and we're highlighting all the spaces and giving it adequate light, and the materials being used are not absorbing the light. And then we draft it up in SketchUp. So we draft up some drawings as well too, like an electrical engineer would, but we're not electrical engineers, but we're drafting up those drawings for the electrician to follow and install the plans, and being like, this light is 4 feet off from this wall, aimed at 30 degrees. That way you guys have a good understanding of how everything's supposed to be installed. And most of the lighting designers just do photometrics, and then they send the client the CAD file, and that's it, not really explain it. So we do 3 times the work, and we're really a third of the price of what they charge. So and we're doing 40% off right now for fall. And if you're a new customer, and if you're hitting that fall sale, you would qualify for that 40% off. But it's a 30% sale for fall. Those of you just tuning in, and 30% sale. Hi, Ellie. For if you're a new customer. So now is definitely the time to jump on if you got a project that you're wanting it done right and illuminated right, and you want to make it stand out, and you want to feel great in that space and have it look amazing. Reach out to us. Again, my phone number is 208-215-1003. My email is tkessler, TKAESTNER, TKLightingdesign.com. Great. Thank you guys very much. That's all I have for you. That was about 20 minutes. I think that was pretty good. Hopefully, you got some good knowledge from that. Got to check out Wolf Lodge Campground, which is super cool. Got to meet a few of my daughters. And me, Ellie. You got me, Allie, and Andy. I'm going to walk over here real quick and show you guys Ellie. They're rocking the zip line here. Here. I don't know if you can see her. There's one of them doing the zip line. Let's run. And my wife is at home. She's got Oakley. So. Hey, Ellie, you want to see the live people at camera and meet them? Yeah, it's right here. You go ahead. This is Ellie, my second daughter. Very beautiful. They're so lucky to have her in my life. She's amazing and a light in this world.
What's your answer?
That's be fun. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in.